In previous video, we were discussing various faculties which have been acquired by consciousness. Faculties like sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of smell, etc. In this video, I am going to elaborate the supreme sense, that is, cosmic consciousness, which is also the matter of the second part of this precious book, Cosmic Consciousness, written by Richard Morris Bucke. If you have not watched the previous video, please watch that for better understanding of this part. From self-consciousness to cosmic consciousness, we have come to know that new faculties, senses keep on developing. One thing to point out here is that these faculties do not appear by accidents. Consciousness acquires new faculties only when certain prerequisite conditions are matched. Cosmic consciousness occurs to those human beings who have exalted personalities. Exalted personality is not specifically related to physical qualities. It can be anything like exceptional health, exceptional sweetness of temper, or exceptional magnetism. That is why this new faculty, cosmic consciousness, is acquired by very few individuals. But if we trust on the theory of evolution, then someday whole race of human beings can achieve this unique faculty, cosmic consciousness. This faculty is known by many names. Persons who acquired this faculty understood and felt in the same way, but expressed it in their own way. They spoke about it using their contemporary languages, so their experiences and their wisdom, which came down to us, got many different names. Gautam Buddha and his disciples called this faculty nirvana. Literally, nirvana means extinction of self, that is, self-consciousness. Extinction of fear of death, fear of sin, fear of shame, fear of being immoral. The sense of expression of Gautam Buddha suggests that with the origin of cosmic consciousness, lower mental faculties like self-consciousness fades out. It doesn't mean that we lose self-consciousness, as we have not lost simple consciousness after acquiring self-consciousness. Simple consciousness is effortlessly always there. We do not even consider that simple consciousness is there, but it exists within us. So nirvana means annihilation of old self and creation of new self. Jesus Christ called this new condition the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God, and the spirit or the spirit of the God. According to Jesus Christ, kingdom of heaven does not mean that the person who acquires cosmic consciousness will enter into the heaven after his death. But the person who acquires this unique faculty immediately starts knowing and feeling that he is living in heaven. But we may find it difficult to understand what living in heaven means. So let's understand in opposite sense. We can understand that most of us keep on living in hell, surrounded by numerous tensions and worries. The origin of new personality is so exalted and so purifying that it appears that the person is living in the heaven of God. St. Paul once said that Jesus himself had two personalities. One was an ordinary man, son of Mary, who was transformed into another personality of a Messiah. This other self, the deliverer, was cosmic conscious. Muhammad described this cosmic consciousness as the descent of message from God. Gabriel, who gave this message to Muhammad, was another self well inside himself, who spoke to him after Muhammad became cosmic conscious. Dante described it as beatrice, means making happy. Beatrice is like living in heaven. Balzac called this cosmic sense the new man, the specialist, and he described this condition as a specialism of consciousness. Whitman called cosmic consciousness my soul, but spoke as if it was another person living inside him. Few lines from his poem indicates this. O soul, repressless, I with thee and thou with me, we two take a sip, O soul, with laugh and many a kiss. O soul, thou pleasant me and I thee. Whenever cosmic sense arises, the man thinks whether it is reality or a delusion. In the case of Muhammad, when he attained cosmic consciousness, he was greatly alarmed. He thought he was in a kind of dilemma, and his mind was out of his control. But soon the person who enters into cosmic consciousness gets all the answers, and he opens a new world to the ordinary man, where there is no sin, no shame, no sorrow, no doubt, no death. But ordinary people like us do not understand him immediately. Sometimes ordinary people may think that the person is insane. Sometimes this misunderstanding may lead to crucifixion of the cosmic conscious person. This is what happened with Jesus Christ. Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, Krishna, none of them was respected by the contemporary people. After the cosmic conscious person is gone, whole world starts worshipping them. Following the trends of evolution, it can be assumed that this new sense, the cosmic consciousness, appears in very few individuals who are at the top of self-consciousness, but in duration of time, this sense may spread to every average human being. As self-consciousness was not acquired by whole civilization at once, it appeared only a few suitable men. Later on, whole society of human beings became self-conscious. Today, those who do not have self-consciousness are inferior in respect of average human being. Someday, those people would be inferior in the process of development who would not have attained cosmic consciousness. Morris has done a wonderful research and wrote in his book some of the instances which possibly occur at the moment a man enters into cosmic consciousness. These instances are: A. The person suddenly feels that he is surrounded by flames, or he is immersed in rose-colored cloud, or his mind is filled with such a cloud or haze. B. At the same time, he is bathed in emotions of joy, assurance, and triumph and salvation. C. Besides this emotional experience, there comes to man an intellectual illumination. Now the man can see and feel the whole cosmos as he feels his own body. A self-conscious mind sees this cosmos as a dead matter in which life is confined in few organisms, but a cosmic conscious mind sees that all these relatively dead matters are scattered as patches in an infinite ocean of life. The man knows that the life within him and others is one with that infinite ocean of life. For him, dead appearing matters, surroundings, animals, human beings are not separate entities but appear separate. This knowledge has been shared by cosmic conscious men like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, Dante, and Paul, etc. As the man comes to know the connection of his life with the ocean of life, a sense of immortality is originated in him. This sense of immortality is not an intellectual conviction, but it is as simple and as natural as we have eyes and we can see this whole world. In the same way, he can see the inseparable connection of himself with the ocean of life. With this illumination, the fear of death vanishes. F. In the same way, fear of sin vanishes. Cosmic conscious man doesn't have to escape from sin because for him there is no sin in this world any longer. All sins are results of absence of cosmic consciousness. What is sin? We are told not to try to escape from lies. We lie only when there is any hidden desire. But for cosmic conscious man, whole creation belongs to him. So he doesn't feel any kind of desire to achieve anything. That is why he doesn't need to lie in any condition. So there are no sins for him in this world. G. The instantaneous illumination is one of the most striking features of occurring cosmic consciousness. It is like occurrence of lightning in the darkness and the whole landscape becomes visible. H. A magnetism, a charm is added to cosmic conscious person. Let us try to understand what this magnetism is. Sometimes we feel very pleasant with particular man. We like to spend time with him. That man can be a close friend or any relative or any stranger. In cosmic conscious man, this attraction increases many folds. That is why a cosmic conscious man attracts people around him. Whenever cosmic consciousness occurs, even for a fraction of a second, the man is transfigured. As Dante says, that he was transhumanized in God. This book contains more than 100 case studies of cosmic conscious persons. It is very difficult to explain all, so I am going to talk about two most illuminous cases. Gautam Buddha. Siddhartha Gautam was born in a royal family. His father was a king. Siddhartha had everything a rich man can have. He was married to a very gorgeous princess and had a son. He was to be next king after his father. Siddhartha was very handsome himself and very intelligent too. So we can say that he was at the topmost level for a self-conscious man to be. But an urge to find the cause of existence kept him compelling. He came to know all these riches, social, physical and material prosperity cannot answer his questions. All these things cannot solve the mystery of life and death. Siddhartha was very anxious to find the cause of miseries. The question, why people are suffering, tormented him. So he left his home and searched for answers. He practiced every method any master taught him. He performed all kinds of penances. He fasted not for days but for months. But he could not find the answers. One day he gave up all his efforts and lay under a bo tree. This was the time when his mind was absolutely quiet. He had nothing left to make efforts for, and the conditions were fulfilled. Buddha awakened in cosmic consciousness. Buddhist texts suggest that he might be at an age between 32 to 36. For human race, the age between 30 and 40 is a crucial age of mental maturity. Most of the instances of cosmic consciousness happen between 30 and 40. There is a story in relation to the phenomena of enlightenment of Buddha, that the moment Buddha was enlightened, heavenly men, demigods, appeared to Buddha and requested him to spread the knowledge that he had attained. Same phenomena was noticed in the case of enlightenment of Muhammad. Muhammad was meditating at the Mount Jabal al-Nur. An angel known as Gabriel appeared before him and blessed him with cosmic consciousness. In these two instances, something not visible to physical eyes appears to cosmic conscious person. With cosmic consciousness comes a moral elevation, and the man starts spreading the message to the society regarding this unique faculty of human being. Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Krishna, Paul, and many more deliver the same message of cosmic consciousness, but their teachings fade out, and we miss the indication that we self-conscious people are not trying to elevate our consciousness, which can transhumanize us, and we can also attain that cosmic consciousness. Buddha teaches when man attains this cosmic sense, he can recall all his previous births. And this indicates that cosmic sense has a unique feature that it never loses the memory. This is a great difference between a self-conscious mind and a cosmic conscious mind. Self-conscious mind can create an illusion of forgetfulness, but when the person arises in cosmic consciousness, he can regain all his memories. Buddha teaches when man attains cosmic consciousness, he knows that he is one into many and many into one. That means man can feel the feelings of people around him. He can know the hearts of people. It is not like some kind of telepathy, but it is like that man is internally connected to everything, every person, every atom of this cosmos. We have understood some points taught by cosmic conscious Buddha. Let's take another case of cosmic consciousness. Jesus Christ the Messiah. Jesus was born 4th BC to a carpenter. According to the written evidences of John the Baptist, it can be ascertained that Jesus attained cosmic consciousness at the age of 35 or 36 years. People around him knew him as a son of a carpenter and Jesus' spiritual ascent. The earliest written and probably most authentic account of illumination of Jesus Christ runs as follows. And straightway, coming out of water, he saw the heavens rent asunder, and the spirit of a dove descending upon him. And a voice came out of heavens, saying, Thou art my beloved Son, in thee I am well pleased. And straightway the Spirit derived him forth into the wilderness. If we go in the depths of these lines mentioned above, we can see when Jesus attained cosmic consciousness, he saw the whole creation at once. What was seen by Jesus can't be seen with physical eyes. At the time of illumination, a sense is developed which is far sharper than physical eyes. Most of us think that appearance of heavenly man or watching heavens rent asunder are imaginary instances. We do not believe that there may be any kind of sense which is beyond our physical eyes, ears, and sensory receptors. Let us take an example. Snakes can listen the sound without having ears. It can sense the vibration of ground through its body. Snakes can see the images without using their eyes. Nature has given it thermal sense receptors, which works better than an eye. It can see the heat of the body and make an image with perfection. So it is difficult to express in words about the cosmic sense. But every soul has been blessed with the seed of that sense. At the right time, when we are at the peak of self-consciousness, and our whole energy urges us to go beyond, we can attain that cosmic sense. The voice which was heard by Jesus is the same conversation what Buddha had with the heavenly man, or Muhammad had with the Gabriel. These instances show that someone speaks to man who attains cosmic consciousness. This someone is inside and outside of us. This someone is the self, the whole self which exists. That self is a whole living cosmos. This cosmic self runs through everyone and everything. This self has the power to keep atoms in their places so that matter can exist. This self is the consciousness within us, which keeps on giving energy for the development from the simple consciousness to cosmic consciousness, for the development from inorganic to organic, for the development from organic to conscious self. When a person reaches at the top of self-consciousness, this cosmic self gets pleased with that person and blesses him with cosmic consciousness and intellectual illumination. As Jesus heard the voice saying, "I am well pleased with thee." Just before being illuminated, Jesus was at the top of self-consciousness. Jesus had beautiful physique. He was satisfied with the pleasure of material world, and he was full of love for this whole world. His urge towards religious development took him to John the Baptist. It is not always necessary to have a cosmic conscious master. Sometimes inner urge is so intense that a single word from the master can illuminate the person, though the same master may not be cosmic conscious. Now let us understand why people who attained such a vast knowledge always try to convey the message. Why don't they use their knowledge to increase their comforts? When Buddha became enlightened, a devil Mara appeared to him. He tried to allure Buddha towards the material comforts and kingdoms of the world. He urged Buddha not to spread the knowledge, not to launch a new path, but to keep the old religious practices and live with all comforts of the world. Same phenomena took place with Jesus. The devil appeared to him and tried to allure him with the wealth and the power, and demanded not to preach what he had come to know. Who is this devil? We all have the dormant capacity to enter into cosmic consciousness, but we have our past lives too, of self and simple consciousness. What we have lived in so many lives is all about to make ourselves as much as powerful to avoid death. All the animals have the instinct either to kill or to escape from predators. Similarly, human beings are afraid about their future, so they try to collect wealth as much as possible. All these past experiences are being collected in our subtle body and passed from one life to another. It is impossible to find a man who has never thought about murdering someone. Every one of us wants to collect all the wealth of this world and become the first and the most prominent person. This tendency is the devil, which appears to us just before we enter into cosmic consciousness. This is called Mara in case of Buddha and the devil in case of Jesus. But if the determination of the man is strong, then he does not get allured to the devil. Same happened to Buddha and Jesus. Both of them were full of love and compassion. They didn't even hate the devil. With such a vast knowledge and after being one with the whole, cosmic conscious person has nothing more to attain. No wealth can attract him because he knows that he is the master of all wealth. Such person is never afraid of death because he knows that he is immortal. Once person is one with the Creator and the whole creation, he feels pity for the people around him who are afraid of death and are suffering from miseries. So he tries to convey the message of cosmic consciousness that there is no need to be greedy, no need to be afraid, that everyone is immortal and indistinguishable from the One, the God. This compassion for others makes them preach. It's impossible to describe every single case in a single video. That is why I have taken illuminous personalities, Jesus Christ and Buddha. If you are interested to know more about spiritualism and cosmic consciousness and cosmic conscious persons, keep following. I bow before dormant cosmic conscious person inside you and pray that you may get awakened soon.